Hi, folks. This is Mountainman coming to you from parts unknown. Wow, I'm really late tonight. I keep getting later and later. I'm sorry. Believe me, if I'm late, I'm not happy about it. It means I'm trying to put stuff together, being frustrated or something. But anyway, here I am. So better late than never. Ha ha ha. What do I got? I got a picture of something going on with the farmers. I was going to make that my thumbnail. Maybe I'll take a vote with everybody and say, should I have that or as a thumbnail? And then I'll put up another picture, say, or this, or this. But I was going to put on there, even the elites got to eat. And without farmers, it's kind of hard to eat. Or to be politically correct, I'll say Germany. Germany? Germany. I don't know. But we got a big thing going on tomorrow. I talked about it in my last broadcast. I've got a lot of other things we're going to talk about tonight. Who's going to be a household name? You know, people that we never talked about and never even knew anything about are becoming household names now. You know, like Epsteinio and Ghislainio Maxwellio, Georgie Porgy Soriosio, and all these types of things. So, we got more people on the list that are going to be becoming household names. People are going to know who they are, know what they did, and not going to be very happy about it. What happens in that case? People want what? People want retribution, right? They want somebody to enforce the rule of law the more they find out. Hi, Donna, how you doing? Hi, Nikki, B-Dog, Debbie, how you doing? Let's see. Going down the list here. Hi, Ingrid. Let me make sure I don't miss anybody. Wanda, nice to see you. Miss Mendersue. Angel. KNS Cleanup. Debbie. Alan, how you doing? Kim. Diane. Nice to see you. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Miss Mendersue put a thumbs up in there. Why are you thinking about it? How you doing, Tennessee? Why are you thinking about it? Folks, give me a thumbs up so you don't got to come back later and say, oh, I forgot. Well, come back later. Watch the video more than once. What the heck? But anyway, so who are these people going to be household names? But anyway, we got a bunch of people popped in. So that is what I was going to make for my thumbnail. Put in print up above, the elites got to eat. The German farmers are planning a big revolution tomorrow at multiple places in multiple cities, and a lot of reports that they're going to actually be shutting down the border in different places around Germany. So we'll see how that goes. I got a map of some of the stuff. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Here's one. Here's where the Germs in Germany are planning on having big tractor shows, big parades, big protests. They're going to be tooting their horns, kind of like the Canadian truckers, right? And I heard that truckers were getting involved too. I got some footage of different transports and people blowing their horns and supporting the truckers. And even some folks are putting on yellow or green traffic vests. Remember when they did that in France? And getting their private cars putting flashing yellow lights because they want to be part of it. So we'll see how the police treat them or worse. I don't know, the military? I don't know. So here's a more detailed, this isn't all of them, but you can find a lot of stuff online. Now, I'm not that fluent in German, but you could see if you want to get a shot at it, blow it up, see if you got any kinfolk around those areas or what's going on. But we shall see. We shall see. Let me see. Speaking of we shall see, let's see. Here's some people I believe this is where they went to that port and stopped the was it the assistant chancellor or the somebody from getting off of a ferry. But anyway, this was a couple of days ago, and it's all over the place and growing. But I got select little clips here and there to show you. It reminds you of when they were doing that in the Dutch were doing it, and way back in the day, not too far back, but when the American farmers were heading to Washington. But this is, pretty big, pretty nationwide. So let it play. When I heard that horn at the beginning, that the song on that horn, I said somebody got some footage from when American farmers were doing something, because that song on the horn, I'll see if anybody gets it in chats, but it's a distinctly American song. But then I heard the girl that was videotaping speaking in German. And I said to myself, well, they must be ordering those horns on eBay and getting them over there in Germany for trucks and tractors and stuff. But did you hear the song at the beginning? Anybody guess what that song was? The horn was playing? I'll just play the horn real quick. I won't play the whole video. You got to get that. Cotton. A little more to it than that. Abraham Lincoln said it now belonged to the Union. They asked if they could play that song during his inauguration. He said, why not? We own it anyway. Spoils the war, just like with the slaves. You all said the property, so they're ours now, and we want to let them go. It is Dixie, TJ, Donna, Allen, way down yonder in the land of cotton. That's right. So they even play that over in Germany, where the Germs live. Hi, Christina. Hi, Ronald. So, I thought that was pretty funny, pretty cute. They have no idea probably, but when they see things like with tractor trailers and stuff like that, they don't have that stuff over there in Germany. Not very big. Their trucks, when their truckers go on strike and parade around, they're a lot smaller. I mean, when I had some relatives over and they saw a 18-wheeler and they were taking pictures. You couldn't go down the interstate. They were, oh my gosh, look at that, taking pictures of tractor trailers. So I guess when they hear that song, they associate it with truckers and they want it, Probably have no idea what it means. Yeah, that's right, Tracy. Tracy's got the lyrics down. Dixie, that's the name of the song. I wish I wasn't Dixie away. Hi, everybody. Let me see if I forgot anybody. I appreciate it. I'm bopping through here. So let's see what else is going on with the truckers. This is in Berlin. I believe this is at nighttime in Berlin. And then I got one more. Now, this is somebody driving down the road. This is all across. This isn't from just one area of the country. So if anybody knows Gurman, you'll hear some or see Gurman print or hear Gurman's speech in. So that's been going on all weekend. Tomorrow's supposed to be the big day. Here we go. Here's a guy actually in Berlin filming the stuff. He says a little bit while he's filming.
Ich bin hier gerade in Berlin, wie ihr vor mir sehen könnt. Die ersten Traktoren sind angekommen. Komm jetzt gerne in meinen Livestream. Bitte vergisst aber eins nicht. Bleibt nett zueinander. Bleibt freundlich zueinander. Denn alles andere hat bei mir im Live keinen Platz. Also, wir sehen uns gleich.
You know, when you get the Germans protesting, you've done something. They're not as mild-mannered as the Dutch, but they're pretty daggone close. And Stalin famously said, somebody said, you're going to occupy half of Germany? How are you going to keep them under control? He said, what are you talking about? They won't even walk on the grass. If they see a sign, keep off the grass. They're very disciplined people. So anyway, while that was going on, I didn't get a clip of the article from the Bild, Der Bild, B-I-L-D, put out a report just before the weekend hit about how many people were coming into Germany illegally, many from Tajikistan. I might have it here in my studio, but yeah, let me see if this is it. Right here. This might be it. Oh, no, that's about Nasara Jassara. This is something somebody put in the thread along with the truckers. Somebody named Wolverine said, from my Swiss business partner, received from a contact in Italy. Now, I don't know how much water this holds, folks, but I found it interesting, so I went ahead and got it. All RV liquidity releases, bondholders, blah, 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 are expected to take place this weekend, midnight, January 7th to Monday, January 8th. The disclosure block will begin and last for a few weeks. Thursday, January 11th, official public announcement from Nasara Jassara. I thought that was interesting. Wednesday, January 17th, official public announcement of the new U.S. asset, gold-backed note. So here's somebody making predictions with exact dates. We'll see how that holds up. By Tuesday, January 30th, countries around the world will be fully integrated into the quantum financial system. Remember when I said I noticed how the word paused was being used a lot? Well, quantum, I have been noticing that word has been used quite a bit in certain news articles. Remember the word quantum. It's going to come up because it's going to be a part of our internet. It's called a quantum system. It's going to be part of our voting as far as watermarks. Our currency are going to be marked and tracked much the same way as ballots, okay? Our internet coding system, internet, money, voting, you're going to hear the word quantum tied in with all that stuff. But anyway, so this person is putting up these dates. We'll keep it in the back of our minds about this 17 date. January 17th is what piqued my interest. We've been hearing the Jassar for a long time, but this official public announcement of a new U.S. asset gold-backed banknote, you think Joe would let that happen? But then again, I say to myself, how did Donald Trump promise us that our economy would be back and healthy again by Christmas of 2024? I don't know. I'm just keeping all that stuff in my mind. Hi, Clay. How you doing? Hi, Lone Wolf. Hi, Rick. Christine. Everybody's rolling in. That's good to see. The cat. How you doing? Garrett. So, anyway, but I saw, let's see if I can find it. One thing that made me a little uncomfortable was that article from Der Bild in Germany talking about these terrorists. Oops, I can't say that word on you, Tizzle. But I'm wondering if that's something that they might disrupt this trucker business with, okay, or this currency situation Wolverine was talking about. I'm just putting it up there because I saw it. You know, people are talking about it. I'll believe it when I see it. I don't run around, waking people up at night with the phone saying, "Did you hear about gold currency on the 17th?" I'm not sold into that. But anyway, they were talking about this flood of quote, air quotes, migrants coming into Germany from Tajikistan and known agitators, I'll put it that way. So let's keep our fingers crossed that tomorrow nothing terrible happens to take away. But the other power that the media has is to just ignore, the power to ignore. Have you heard anybody, ABC, CBS, any of them say anything about the German farmers? I could sit here and show you an hour's worth of video from different places all around the country of tractors on the move. And they're heading for strategic places on the border and for the city of Berlin. But we also get this. Suspicious drones fly over military training grounds and Bundeswehr barracks every week where the Ukrainian army is trained. Bild magazine again. Data on drone flights goes back to October 2022. Most of them appear over places where the Bundeswehr, that's the German army, trains Ukrainian soldiers, and especially over the Klitz tank training ground. Military police use jammers against the drone, but the little spy devices keep flying. Not a single drone has been caught in more than a year. A drone? They can't jam the signal to a drone and bring it down? What's that all about? Well, you got here. Russian and Chinese scientists have jointly tested satellite, what's that word? Quantum communications. Again, you hear it with the monetary system, quantum. Now you're hearing it with internet communications, which are almost impossible to hack. Newsweek reports this. Communications in this test was between stations in the Moscow region with Urumqi in China, Chyna. So, maybe that's why they can't bring those little drones down. But anyway, I just went ahead and got a shot of this. Destruction of a ammunition depot in the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kherson direction. It just shows a big old boom. I didn't get the video on that. So things aren't going good in Ukrizzle. But anyway, we're hearing about this quantum business, and we're going to keep hearing about it. Just like we kept hearing about pause, the word pause. Did I get a screenshot of that? I think I did. Let me see. I was looking up a particular word. Oh, well, let me see. If I find it, I'll put it up on the special board. But anyway, apparently there has been upheaval. Let me see if, what's going on in the chats real quick. Just make sure everything's going okay. Let's see. Just look, see what's going on. So anyway, Don Jr. put this up. He said the R's for Palestine ran into a little bit of a roadblock, is what he said. And then he posted this up from the BBC News. Gay Palestinian Ahmad Abu Marhaya lost his head in the West Bank. So, yeah, I saw it, put that up. I promised somebody some photos of the underground, and I put them up whether they're here or not. Somebody that might have got mad and left the chats, I hope not. Because I need a financial expert. I want to ask the financial expert some questions. So anyway, Sensen, how you doing? Here. We'd had our anniversary yesterday at J6, and this was on CNN. The unequivocal, demonstrable facts about 1/6 capital RIOT. Time to move on, 72%. And that's a CNN audience. Time to move on. Protesters were, quote, mostly violent. Usually we hear from them the term mostly peaceful, so they switched it. They switched it for conservatives, not mostly peaceful. FBI operatives organized the attack. This is a CNN poll. That's pretty high for a CNN crowd. Hi, Em. How you doing? Hi, Sherry. So anyway, what's the response to that kind of garbage? Let me see right here. Right here. If you fail to hold these people accountable, then you could shut up about January 6th, okay? Just shut up. Shut up. That's SHADDAUP. Shut up. So anyway, let me see if I had any more about that situation with the Germs. You know, we got this coming up tomorrow, and I said my broadcast the following week will be the 15th. I said we get through Iowa, it'll be a political bombshell. What's expected to happen, and I predicted that Trump would have 100,000 people there, and I got the clip. I'll play it tomorrow. Maria Bartiromo. I didn't get a chance to edit it. I would have got up too late tonight. But today she said, or one of her guests said, the magic, just what I said. He's going to have over 100. Newt Gingrich said it. I got the clip. I'll play it tomorrow. Newt Gingrich said he expected 100,000 people there. I said, he must be watching Mountainman show. So anyway, we got a lot of little news clips that different people have been putting out, Mr. T included. I want to make sure I put all the farmer clips up. But they gave a little shout out. I think this was Donald Jr. put this a little shout out to Norm Macdonald. A lot of you know he passed away, but he was a comedian. A lot of people liked him. I liked him. Norm Macdonald said, "I love when the violent terrorists made sure to respect the velvet ropes in Statutory Hall." They tried to make this weekend a big memorial for the worst day in American history since Pearl Harbor and all that crap. But nobody was falling for it. I saw, and granted, I hang out in, I try to not be in echo chambers. I try to look at other things, but really, there was more focus on this anniversary on Ashley Babbitt, more this time around than all the previous anniversaries. So I'm glad to see that, and let's hope it picks up steam. She was a veteran, and she was red-rummed. And they've got this little meme that says, say her name. And we, not for us not to forget about it, and for people to realize the hideousness of it, of what they've done. Where's that one? Here you go. Alec Baldwin has unalived more people than the J6 protesters, okay? Hi, Karen. Gloria, how you doing? You're not late, you're right on time. So, here we go. If January 6th was a person, right here. If January 6th rhetoric was a person, there's your person. Ha ha ha. I found this picture. ABC, I want to see what they're saying. It's like sour milk in the fridge. It's sour, but you still got to smell it. So I saw this from ABC News. I almost scrolled by. I said, let me see what they're saying. On this day, 3 years ago today, a mob of violent supporters of former President Trump, who believed the 2020 presidential election results were fraudulent, stormed the U.S. Capitol building as Congress met to ratify the Electoral College results, declaring Joe Biden the next president of the country. So that's their BS line, and they're sticking with it. And they had this photo. They had 4 photos, but I only grabbed a couple of them. I grabbed this one because I thought it was interesting, because that's the front of the Capitol building. And look how few people there are up there on the steps. And those are Capitol police officers, right? Every picture you see is like the one I'm getting ready to show you. With the flags, the crowd, the staged, the ABC producing staging of the whole thing. So we'll just juxtapose the two pictures. But this picture of these cops, they got the green outfits on. They're wearing white bicycle helmets. They've got their heads all covered up. Are they wearing gas masks? Or just a regular mask? I don't know. So there's hardly anybody there. And look how many people are pushing on the fence. They're leaning forward, the so-called civilians, and they're barely touching the fence. And it's like the cops are pulling it backwards, you know. But anyway, here's the picture that we're used to seeing. So, and that's before they set up the second Trump flag. They had one Trump flag on one side, one Trump flag on the other. And once that all got done, they started with the smoke bombs and the pepper spray in the crowd to get those pictures that everybody associates with J6. So anyway, here's the two different views. So they herded the people in there rather quickly to get that place loaded up like they did. But you see how they're hanging on to the rhetoric. And where is that? I've got another meme. I'll put it up a little bit. That what's this one? Oh, this was about 4 hours ago. This notification came on my phone. The rioters who were passive can be convicted of disorderly conduct. Court rules that people who were just standing around, walking through the ropes, you know, can still be convicted of disorderly conduct. And Jack Posobiec put this up. Breaking: Biden's DOJ suggests prosecution for J6ers who never went to the Capitol. Quote, he's talking about the public lawn of the Capitol. This is how insane these people are. So apparently they're gonna go around, do another round of arrests. But that's why we got to keep on keeping on, like Mr. T put this up. Clay Higgins. I've seen video of Metro Police coming into a room dressed in uniform, coming out dressed as Trump supporters. Now tomorrow, I'll see if I can get it. I'll play a video where you got some operatives swapping out or getting ready to go pose as Trump supporters. Okay. And I talked about the people in the bushes video where there were bushes there at the foot of the Capitol, and a bunch of characters went in there, girls and guys, and swapped out their gear for Trump gear and then come running out of the bushes raising Cain. So that was before I used to do these videos. If I come across it again, you can believe that I'll get a clip of it. So right here, let's see, right here is that. Now look at this idiot. By their deeds, you shall know them. Somebody put up a thing, New York Republican. It is important to remember Ashley Babbitt on 3-year anniversary of her unjust death. Babbitt was red-rummed while fighting to save her country from the radical left, and we cannot let them forget what they did to her and her family. R.I.P. Ashley, you won't be forgotten. And what did Keith Olbermann do? Puts up there, yay, DAD terrorists, right? That's what Keith Olbermann's made of. An absolute stinker. And, yeah, no respect. We give him zero respect. Let me see if we got anybody. That's what I was thinking, Diane. The ones with those yellow sleeves. And the white bike helmets. There were definitely competing factions in the Capitol Police. And at least 4 of them decided they couldn't go on, if you know what I mean. Hi, Hilarious. How you doing? Who'd I miss? Marilyn's here. I probably missed a lot of people. Hi, Judy. How you doing? Well, we got to talk about Epsteinio, whether we like it or not. But I'm just going to go through some of this J6 stuff. Yesterday was the anniversary. Leftists. This from Clandestine. And really, he could have put 2018 because I've been following Epstein and Maxwell since 2018, but he did 2019. That's all right with me. 2019, Epstein conspiracy theory. 20, Epstein and conspiracy theory. 21, conspiracy theory. 22, 23, conspiracy. 2024. Okay, maybe it wasn't a conspiracy theory, but Trump is definitely guilty. So, yeah, we got to mock them. Let me get that where y'all can get a copy of it if you want a copy of it. They're just so petty and childlike. Like I said, if that girl in that picture had got a nickel every time her screaming face had been used, she'd have one hell of a lot of nickels. But, hey, that's them in a nutshell, isn't it? Ha, ha, ha. Here we go. Here's another thing Mr. T put up. Whoops. I'll put that up in a second. About Maxwell and friends. But this is what Mr. T put up. Disbar and arrest Letitia James for election interference. And her quote, where she is running for office, vowing, "We use every area of the law to investigate President Trump and his business transactions and that and of his family as well." Pledging during campaign to attack President Trump's and his family. Here we go. This is something else Mr. T put up. So he's letting them know. Here, only one person here is innocent. The rest are corrupt politicians violating their oath of office. So, yeah, I get some good memes from Mr. T. I hope you guys are paying attention too. And this is something else he posted right here. I think Nikki sent me an article concerning a lot of this stuff. Hillary Clinton's name appears in Epstein documents as lawyers suggest Clinton Foundation may have funded Ghislaine Maxwell. The Clinton Foundation. Hillary Clinton was named as a witness in a defamation lawsuit against Ghislaine Maxwell. So, sliding a little money Ghislaine's way from the foundation. Can you say money laundering? Well, I have a clip of someone who spoke right after Ghislaine Maxwell was sentenced. Already been arrested, thanks to Donald Trump. Already been convicted, thanks to Donald Trump. And now she's getting sentenced. I had to cut the beginning part of this video off because she uses the RA word, PE word, okay? And she uses it a couple of times leading up to the point just before I cut her off. She's describing what happened to her over and over and over again and how long it's been going on. And we didn't hear none of this from the regular media. None of it.
And over and over again. And yes, Ghislaine must die in prison because I've been in hell and back for the last 17 years.
And 27 for me.
I was 10 years old when Liz Stein was being trafficked. I was 10. That is how long the sex trafficking ring has been going on.
So here you have her saying, in no uncertain terms, what happened, how it happened, what was going on. You don't hear a peep about it when you have people like Hillary Clinton involved and a former president of the United States, Bill Clinton, involved, and a lot of the names. Where did my clip go? Oh, yeah. Here you go. This is like, where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Where's Ghislaine? There's Ghislaine Maxwell at Chelsea's wedding, right? Let me see. Do I see my... well, let's see. Just seeing who all's here. Well, anyway, I'll put up some things that many of you may have seen. But as you all know, and as we've discussed, when new people come in to check out what's going on from parts unknown, I will put things up to cue people in on. You know what I'm saying? So I did say that I was going to put up some pictures underneath the island Temple, right? What do you do at a temple? You worship. What do you worship? Well, it depends on which temple you're going to. But anyway, I got to be careful about this because of some names that are on there. But a lot of you have probably already seen this, and I get better pictures off of the 17 letter. But this is a clandestine picture somebody took. Of what? I'll tell you. The security system and the spying system on the island. That's right here. Channel 8 is a set of steps going down, right? More of the steps going down. Security cameras are focused on these rooms, right? A lot of you know what I'm talking about. And a lot of people want to know, who's that woman in the picture right here? In the bowels of Epstein Island. Who are these kids right here? Who are these kids sitting on buckets and eating food? And it's all out there for the mainstream media, but they won't touch it. They won't touch it. And I'm sure they have more detailed pictures. I'm talking about the people on our side, right? So up there is a name you all know that I got to be careful about. Ray Chandler. You know who that is? That's not a guy. So and you know, I can't. Don't put the name in the chats, please. But is a handler is what that person is suspected of being. So here we got all these links. A convicted, the one who's supposed to be not living anymore, Epstein, a convicted abuser, and the woman, a convicted abuser and trafficker, and pictures like this, and the video I played of Mr. T saying he'd been there 20 sometimes, turns out to be 50 really. Then you have people like this showing up. This is, I got to watch that print there, Maria Abramovich, who managed a lot of parties and dinners with cakes that were shaped like human bodies that people would take a piece and, you know, would you like an eyeball? Would you like a toe? Would you like a hand? Or no, just the top of the head. So this person, Marina Abramovich, is the one who was given a special ambassadorship to where? This was just a few weeks ago. Where did Maria Abramovich get to go as an envoy representing the Biden administration? She does this thing called spirit cooking. That's what she says she's a expert at. She's going to UCrizzle as an official. Well, let me see here. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? See if anybody knows. I think it's going to be a household name. See if anybody knows. We misspell that stuff. And I say UCrizzle. We don't put in the actual word unless we put a 3 for an E or a 1 for an I or something like that. Who's this person in the picture? Okay, I don't think you guys will know. I'll give it a little bit of time. But he helped produce the movie I've talked about in the past. The movie called Contagion. Remember, I talked about it a long time ago. That starred Dustin Hoffman. And it was a panic movie to get everybody thinking in their mind about Ebola or something that would ravage through the country and everybody would be terrified and scared of it. All right? You don't recognize him. Well, he is a newbie on the scene. Let me see what I can what I got in the way of print other than his Contagion link. What else was he doing? He was over in UCrizzle working in the LABSs. And his name is Nathan Wolf. Nathan Wolf. Dealing with financing and actual research in UCrizzle and producing movies like Contagion. Let me see if I got anything on him. Here we go. Clandestine put this out. Epstein's affiliation with Nathan Wolff is not the only suspect activity he has with scientists and biology. This is Epstein now. He donated over $9 million to Harvard Science and claimed the reason for his philanthropy, or whatever way you want to pronounce it, was to compensate for the, quote, Trump administration cutting back on pure research. Then, mysteriously enough, after the you-know-what broke out, the head of Harvard Chemical and Biological was indicted for assisting 2 Chinese nationals in smuggling 24 vials of biological material back to China. The connections are piling up. Namely, Epstein's not only going to be affiliated with trafficking. His association with this Harvard professor and this Nathan Wolff person you're looking at on the screen right there. I had a bunch of people drop off. I guess I have to, dance on my head or something. But anyway, here is another person that's going to be a household name. He's in jail right now. The one on the right. What's the story on that? That's the one Clandestine was talking about. The one who smuggled biological material out. He's sitting in jail, that old bald-headed fart. Department of Justice. Office of Public Affairs for immediate release. This was back in 2020. Anybody hear about this? Anybody in the news agencies report this? Harvard University professor and 2 Chinese nationals charged in 3 separate China-related cases. The Department of Justice announced today that the chair of Harvard University's Chemistry and Chemical Biology Department and 2 Chinese nationals have been charged in connection with aiding the People's Republic of China. Dr. Charles Lieber, 60, he's 63 now, chair of the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology at Harvard University, was arrested this morning and charged by criminal complaint on one count of making a materially false and fictitious fraudulent statement. Anyway, that was back Tuesday, January 28th, 2020. And there he is right there. So we're going to hear household names is going to be Charles Lieber, along with Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and this Nathan Wolff person, and also this Maria Abramovich. They're all getting tied together. And hey, when we talk to people who are new to this, instead of, letting them get our goats and where we just, go back and forth with, stuff that doesn't help. This is the things to bring up. Harvard professors with biological material. A guy named Nathan Wolff producing a movie called Contagion, getting people psychologically hopped up to go wild over the talk of an illness. Just the talk of it could shut down an election, shut down an economy. Speaking of that, Soros family and other high-profile mega donors helped fuel the career of New York AG suing Trump. That's Tishy, Letitia. George Soros and other deep-pocketed billionaires helped fuel the political career of Attorney General Letitia James, who sued Trump in the state. Now, you see the dweeb on the left over there? He's the one that started LinkedIn. And he's going to be linked in to a lot of the stuff that was going on Epsteinio Island. But I'm not playing this video just because it's a ha-ha gotcha moment. This is something else that what the mainstream media does is when you think of an issue, you think of certain people automatically. Shadow memories. Remember what I talked about there? So now we're building these shadow memories that Clinton, Biden, Hunter, it's going to be shown they're tied in with people like Epstein, Maxwell, Soros, right? All that stuff is building up to where we're not going to be as alone as we were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. There's going to be a lot of people on the same page. But look who else is going to be automatically shadow memoried with this rogues gallery. Somebody, well, I'll say it after I play the clip.
Reported at that time that you had a number of meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, who, when you met him 10 years ago, he was convicted of soliciting prostitution from minors. What did you know about him when you were meeting with him, as you've said yourself, in the hopes of raising money?
I had dinners with him. I regret doing that. He had relationships with people he said, would give to global health, which is a interest I have. Not nearly enough philanthropy goes in that direction. Those meetings were a mistake. They didn't result in what he purported, and I cut them off. That goes back a long time ago now. So there's nothing new on that.
It was reported that you continued to meet with him over several years, and that, in other words, a number of meetings. What did you do when you found out about his background?
Well, I've said I regretted having those dinners, and there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so in general, you always have to be careful. And I'm very proud of what we've done in philanthropy. Very proud of the work of the foundation. That's what I get up every day and focus on.
Yeah, that's not what your wife was saying. Okay, because she found out about it. She got wind of it. And, yeah, she left your dumb rear end. Anyway, here's a picture that's been around a long time, and I was thinking about putting this as my thumbnail for this video instead of the farmer's tractors saying, elites gotta eat. I was thinking about putting this picture up and thinking of a good caption. This is before Trump won the presidency, when they were actively campaigning against each other. This might have been for the Al Smith dinner. I'm not sure. But Trump knew what was going on with them. And I am sincerely of the belief, my own personal belief, that Trump was way prior to 2016 was a directly appointed officer and debriefed by the military about a lot of what was going on. He also had and still has the premier private security and a private detective branch of his organization, where he was probably able to deduce quite a bit. But I think he was, just like James Comey claimed he had the authority to deputize that crumb bum communist professor from Harvard named Lawrence Tribe. Since they want to go that route, I can bet you probably back 2010 or earlier that Trump was deputized as a directly appointed officer for the military and debriefed on a lot of stuff before he stuck his head in this beehive. And that's why he's so comfortable, and he knows. And he knows what's going on. Here's that one thing I wanted to put up. On January 6th, let's remember the brave Capitol Police officers who were robbed of a award for best choreography. That's the kind of stuff. Oh, I'm trying to see what you guys are talking about. That dinner. Well, I tell you what, Jared, that award ceremony, since I'm hoping beyond hope that we have some new people that are new to this, that are trying to figure out what's going on, tunes in, because a lot of people did not even know who Ricky Gervais was, right? Ricky Gervais. Well, we know who he is. And we know what he was talking about. Here he is down at the bottom. Somebody made a meme. That's Ricky Gervais at the bottom there. Somebody made a meme that says, "I will never forget this." And we know what the guy's talking about. He'll never forget. When Ricky Gervais got up and gave a speech during some award ceremony and called them all what they were. A bunch of SATAN, okay, P3DOs. And look at their faces. Look at their faces. You know who some of these people are. When have you ever seen faces like this at an award ceremony? Look at them. Look at The Rock. Look there. Oh my, look at Meryl Streep at the bottom right. They look like Jeb Bush looked when he got that note at the funeral. And if you're new to this stuff, keep watching this channel, because we're going to be putting up stuff like that. The note during the funeral of George H.W. Bush. And this is the look. Am I right or wrong, folks? The look here. Nobody got the look better than Jeb Bush and this guy. Kyle Becker put up, remember Hollywood elites? Nervous laughter at the Oscars when Ricky Gervais joked about the Epstein list. Now we all know why this is glorious. There he is. The king. P3DO. So, anyway, keep watching, folks. Stick with us. We'll put things up for you that you'll understand when people are talking about it, that it's not a conspiracy. This is that LinkedIn turd, I think. Top Nikki Haley, E. Jean Carroll, and Fusion GPS backer was Epstein Island visitor. Democrat billionaire Reid Hoffman, who has been funding Nikki Haley's run for the GOP nomination, has been outed as a visitor to the island. So we're going to keep smearing it on him. Keep smearing it on him. And you've got this kind of money involved. They're going to reach up to the highest spots. And they'll do anything they can to keep Trump out. The FBI, the DOJ are running the Democrats' 2024 campaign. This is illegal election interference. Okay? All that big money, all those faces you saw with their mouths hanging open that are desperate to keep him out are influencing what's going on. But I tell you, I heard there was a rift. A rift. Have you all heard about this rift? Right here. Defense Secretary Austin hospitalized due to complications after procedure. What was this? ABC? Yeah. ABC News. So I heard that back in October, there was a blowout between Lloyd Austin and Biden himself. Anyway, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has been hospitalized at a military hospital since Monday night due to complications resulting from a recent elective medical procedure, the Pentagon announced. On the beginning of January 1st, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin was admitted to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center for complications following a recent elective medical procedure. Pentagon Secretary, blah, blah, blah. He's recovering well and is expected to resume his full duties today. He added later, clarifying that Austin remains hospitalized. When asked why it took so long, this is ABC News covering. They're not telling the story. When asked why it took so long for the Pentagon to disclose the hospitalization of a key figure in the Biden administration, Ryder described an evolving situation. And that's their report. Well, the bottom line is Biden didn't even know he was missing. And nobody told him. And as I said, word on the street is that they're on the outs. They're on the outs big time. And let's see. Trump put out a statement, if I can find it, that Austin ought to be fired over this. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see. Trump put out something on Truth Social that Lloyd Austin ought to be and that's it canned over not disclosing that he was hospitalized. I can't find it. It's in here somewhere. Oh my. Let me see if this is it. No, that's Epstein donating $9 million. That's all tied up together somehow. I don't think I've got that in the queue. That's a word for the lineup. But I do have this in the lineup. Well, I'll put that up later. Anyway, so that is a big deal. Trump put up a whole big comment about it. But anyway, whoops. What in the world? Anyway, here's this. I talked about this. This is ABC News again. Harry Dunn, who struggled to defend the Capitol on January 6th, had been one of the most outspoken members of law enforcement to condemn the attack. And that's the day he's running for Congress. Remember I said that? And I said he looked like a convict? Well, here he is. Just to show y'all I don't exaggerate. He looks like a convict. Harry Dunn, Capitol Police officer on January 6th, announces his run for Congress. Speaking of convicts, remember that guy? I know a lot of you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, you probably will. The guy launching over the bench at the judge. He jumped over the bench and beat on the judge. Jared Germain on UTIS will put this up. The Las Vegas judge who was attacked in court Wednesday has ordered the man who attacked her to appear before her, quote, by any and all means necessary, unquote, on Monday. So in other words, if they got to stuff him in a burlap sack and beat him with aluminum bats, whatever, get him in there. I want to see him. So remember that channel I told you all about called Mandu that puts up parole hearings and bail hearings and stuff like that? Well, Mandu this is the guy. He put this out yesterday. New unseen footage. This is the guy that jumped over at the judge. While at the correctional center in D.C., Redden spit in a corrections officer, C. Boo's face. So he spit on an officer. And while the corrections officers were strip searching Redden, he uttered, quote, that he had a bad day and tried to unalive the judge today, unquote. So if you guys, I didn't have any desire to see that stuff. Throw him in jail, throw away the key for all I give a flip. I can't see that. But anyway, I was looking for where I put that thing from Mr. T, but I don't see it. But that's all right. I will show you that something else we've got to keep up with. Tomorrow or Tuesday, I will put up a number of things to make sure we keep up with dates, okay? We know tomorrow's a big day in Germany. Are somebody going to disrupt that? We know the 15th is a big day for the election. Or is somebody going to try to disrupt that? According to one guy I posted, the 17th was supposed to be hearing something about gold-backed currency. I don't know. Is somebody going to try to disrupt that? But there's other dates and stuff we're going to go over with Maria Bartiromo next time I do a picture show. But now here's another date we got to keep up with. House Speaker Mike Johnson is inviting Joe Biden to deliver his annual State of the Union address March 7th. So Speaker Johnson invites Biden for State of the Union in March. So is he even going to be able to function? Okay. That's a date we're going to keep an eye on. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Simpson, hey, doing all right. Nikki's hitting the hay. Yes, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Nikki's saying on the way out. I appreciate you all spending your precious time with me. please do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. You know, my channel has been stifled about as much as they can stifle me without actually taking me down, right? So I'm going to keep on keeping on. I got a video I'm going to close out with. Whoa. Here we go. I got a video I'll get on the screen here. There we go. Remember the blue dress? I had this on my thumbnail, and I think I got in trouble for it, but now so many people are putting it up. This is a video with Alina Habba in there talking about the blue dress and Bill Clinton. And what do I say about shadow memories? It's hanging in Epstein's brownstone in New York City. This picture was right when you walk in the door, along with a picture of George Bush sitting on the floor playing with Jenga towers, looking just like the Twin Towers and playing with paper airplanes. But anyway, folks, I got a link in this. No, I don't have a link in the description. If you go to buymeacoffee.com, put in the code Mountainman, you can help the channel out. I appreciate it if you do, and I appreciate everybody that's helped me out. And Norm came through for me. And I've got to give him a shout out, give him a message back. But anyway, folks, I'll play this quick clip for you. You all have a great night, and I'll be seeing you soon. This is Mountainman, over and out.
Going on with this guy? I don't know. Is that the actual painting?
That is the painting.
That's beyond weird.
You know what's telling is
Prince
where he put that painting. That painting was in the entrance. So when you came in, right, the entrance of his apartment in New York, I believe, that painting was in the entrance. Why? That's a power play. That tells you,
wow,
I own you.
Wow, big. That's
I own
so
you.
gangster.
That was in Clinton's?
No, that was in Epstein's apartment.
Holy
Manhattan.
shit.
When you walk into the, I think it's, I mean, we can fact check me, but when you walk into the right, it's there. You put a former president in a dress and high heels in your entry of your apartment.
Yeah.
What does that say?
I own you.
Wait, is that supposed to be the Lewinsky dress, by the way?
I